We begin Submission Underground 7 with the beginning of our brown belt tournament with the winner winning $1,000, but it only goes to the champion. Quarterfinal match number 1, competing out of the blue corner. He's a brown belt who stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 183 1/2 pounds. Trained by Gustavo Siri Paez, BJJ. He comes to us tonight from Kennewick, Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome please, Alex, the Evil Octopus Larmey. And his opponent, competing out of the red corner, he's a brown belt who stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at an even 171 pounds. Trained by On Guard BJJ, he comes to us tonight from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome please, Matt Kwan. And your referee for Submission Underground is Dave Hagan.
And here we go for our first bout this afternoon. Apologies about the tail of the tape. I think we're getting it dialed in, our first bout of the afternoon. We've got Larmey versus Kwan, 183 versus 171. So we do have a bit of a size difference here. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I know in the world of MMA, that's always important, but in jiu-jitsu, smaller size can mean a lot faster,
absolutely,
a lot quicker hips.
And, conditioning can be a factor. Now, these guys it's not such a discrepancy that you'll see like big guy style versus small guy style. They're fairly even, but, we already see the smaller man, trying to get below. Just by the looks of him, he wants to entangle the legs, I would think.
Perhaps roll through. It's really cool to see the better the jiu-jitsu player just spinning like a top.
Yeah, he wants to be below. He's definitely looking for a leg lock of some sort. Got a little spiral guard going on, trying to spin underneath. There's possible back takes and, again, entrances into leg entanglements. Top man just looking to pass and trying to keep his legs from getting too caught up in that web.
And that's a tough one. You want to get a takedown into a dominant position, but if your opponent goes down before you can get the takedown and into guard,
sitting
then
into Ashigarami here, he's starting to get into his game a little bit more. Nice defense, though. He takes his outside leg and kind of pushes the hips off of the bottom man. But he's back underneath, Matt Kwan is.
Now, if Larmey was able to perhaps put him up against the cage, maybe shut down his hips for a little bit.
See Kwan inverted under. He's in outside Ashi right now. Both his legs are locked on the outside, looking for that heel hook. His hips are a little bit not close enough. Yeah, he lost the knee line there, leg control.
It looked like Kwan was going to try to come up into a top position. Satisfied, though, to stay on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, leg entanglements can be used to pass as much as attack, So it looked like he kind of had both things in mind. Tried to invert underneath, but almost got passed now into a front headlock defensive position. Tries to Granby through.
And Larmey maintaining the top position. Think he's feeding for a Darce there?
Yeah, he's definitely looking for some kind of neck attack. There's so many, but he's got an arm trapped in right now, so not necessarily a traditional type of guillotine, but arm in, or yeah, exactly, arm triangle, some sort of Darce. But gets his back to the mat.
We saw a beautiful head and arm submission, put the fighter to sleep last night at the FCFF.
Oh, nice.
Great job by our referee, Sean Gregory, last night. Saw that the fighter was out, was able to stop it.
Yeah, Larmey knows what his opponent wants to do. He's now pretty aware of the leg attacks. So he's now just wanting to stay a little bit back and, see how he sits down on his knees so that his opponent can't get underneath him as easily.
Kwan is really trying to get 2-on-1 with that arm. They get Larmey stretched out, maybe more open for some attacks.
Looking for that little Imanari roll there.
Beautiful. The game of jiu-jitsu is just progressing so quickly for a sport that's literally been around as long as two people existed. To see how much it grows year by year is just incredible.
with the internet and just information spreads so fast, so new guys are seeing techniques. Now Larmey's on an attack of his own, but they're kind of starting to look like they're racing for it a little bit. Oh, nice. Kwan used it to get on top.
With the butterfly guard there, lost that. Looking for the sweep.
Now Kwan's looking to pass Larmey's guard and get past those legs. Maybe enter a leg attacking position of his own as he does it. Knee slice through. Ooh, rolling to take the back. Nice.
Oh.
If he can control the hips, and he's got one hook in. Turned into mount or quarter guard. And Larmey got his guard back with the back step from Kwan. Looking at the toe hold.
Now
But he doesn't have knee or ankle or hip control. So he's just kind of throwing it up there. But he used it to set up the next leg. He's now an outside ashi, but Larmey was able to stack there with that underhook. He's not out of the woods yet, though.
Can you get a toe hold when your opponent's leg is straight, or does it need to be bent?
Oh, it's never always or never. There's lots of variables. Sometimes you can get it bent, sometimes you can get it straight, but it kind of depends on exactly. He's got 50-50 looking for a heel hook. But again, his hips are low on the knee. He doesn't really have knee control. So he doesn't have hip control, and he's out. That's how it works.
And the crowd recognizes that. But this is a far cry from what it was just a few years ago. Now the crowd recognizes the attacks, the submission attempts.
Well, jiu-jitsu crowds, they are pretty educated on what they're watching. They really know what's going on.
Cerebral.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are you saying about MMA crowds? What are you
They like
Mr.
to see
Orchard?
people get punched in the face. And hey, I do too. All right, it's just different entertainment, and it's a little bit like watching. Gosh, I don't know the analogy, but again, this is you can see just the mind games going on here, and less just brute strength and brutality. So, both entertaining to watch, no doubt.
What I'm so impressed with is
That
just the
was really-
constant attacks, and look at
No,
that.
that was beautiful.
Nice
That really was,
takedown
yeah.
right into the cross sides.
Nice jiu-jitsu going on. Little back take from Kwan.
Got one hook in. Step over.
Nice.
Ooh.
He's got a Kimura grip. He lost back control, kind of getting a little hasty with that Kimura grip. But he's where he wants to be, too. He likes being underneath. Again, Larmey is going for a toe hold with no knee control or hip control, so it turns into nothing. Kwan goes to outside ashi. Can't quite trip him when he does. He gets him down. Loses all control, but uses it to sweep. Now get on top. See if he can work a pass from it. He likes to take the back, that's for sure. So past that guard, and you see, there we go, boom.
Wow, I'm really impressed with Kwan. Giving up weight and yet being so active. He started off very defensive, and now he's
Trapping
all
that
offense.
arm.
Beautiful.
Larmey could be in some trouble here. Oh, and he's under the, not quite under the chin, but the way he's got the shoulder hooked, that can be a nice latch, just ride it out. Larmey surviving for the moment, but Kwan maintaining back control, barely loses it.
Larmey was able to kind of use the cage, get his hips out a little bit. But this has been all Kwan here.
He's got a gut wrench into the truck. That was beautiful.
Ooh.
That was some beautiful jiu-jitsu right there. Kwan staying up on, some of the more current techniques. Entering truck with a gut wrench. That's nice. Full guard. Well, open guard now, but trying to spin underneath for the legs there.
Kwan, his flow from attack to attack is just beautiful.
Now let's dig on the leg right away. We got short time. We got to dig on this leg.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Less than a minute, I believe.
Good. Open the knee up. Open the right knee. Open the right knee up. Roll through, Matt. Roll through.
Kwan's in the honey hole, 4'11" position. Oh, and it's out.
And now he's driving forward. We're coming to the
Looking
end
for a
of
jumping submission at the end there. Getting a little arm bar, maybe a flying triangle. Oh, that was nice. Beautiful jiu-jitsu from both men.
That's the end of our first round here in our first match. Now they're going to go into the overtime flip of the coin decides who's going to be attacking, who's going to be defending.
Regulation, we're going to go to overtime.
And we're doing overtime rules where one man gets to choose back control or spiderweb control with armbar position. And whoever can escape faster or get the faster submission out of 3 rounds will take it home. So Larmey's got back control. We'll see if he tries to get riding time and kind of get up on a slight advantage there. Or if he just gets that fast submission, then Kwan has to rebuttal with a faster submission. So different ways to play this overtime game for sure.
What I've seen about these overtime rounds, it almost punishes more of the chill jiu-jitsu players who are really going to look for the opportunity to escape. And these, you really have to be aggressive, otherwise you're going to lose by ride time.
Kwan's already got his head to the mat, which is a good thing for him. Look how he's able to turn out. That was really fast escape. So now Larmey, he's got some pressure now. He's got to escape faster overall, or in the next round just make up that riding time that he didn't get just now. So if Kwan gets the submission, it's over.
And Kwan was so fast with that escape, 7 or 8 seconds.
But Larmey's doing the right thing. He's jumping on the outside of the leg. If he can just get his back to the mat a little more and turn in, he's doing it, and nearly equal escape times. That was great.
Very close, maybe 11 or 12 seconds for Larmey. And that is not going to mean much.
So we'll see now Larmey, we'll see if he tries to maintain a little bit better. But Kwan, he's got I can tell he knows how to get out. Well, but they both do. They both do. So Kwan already got his head to the mat. That's a big thing. Okay, now he's able to, unless Larmey goes to truck. Well, see that? As soon as he gets his head to the mat, you lose all your advantage. You want to get your head to the mat of the underhook side.
It looked like right at the beginning, Larmey was trying to go for a figure 4 body lock. That would have changed everything. Those are brutal to try and get out of.
It's a great way to get riding time for sure. And then Larmey likes to go the other way, jump over the underhook hip. Yeah. Got his hips free, that's time. These guys are both escaping really fast.
Really close to equal on the escape time. I've got Kwan ahead just a few seconds.
So what Larmey wants to do to maintain control, because Kwan, he's going to put his head to the left side of Kwan's head. Kwan's going to put his head to the left side of Larmey, just like that. Okay? Larmey wanted to keep his head on that side of the mat, and that's how he escapes again.
Wow.
Whereas Larmey likes to jump over the underhook leg. Let's see if they go spiderweb or back control. And Kwan is choosing spiderweb, looks like.
He's just going to try something new. See how this works.
All he needs to do is get some riding time, honestly. It's been so fast that first he should hold on for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then look for the submission, because I actually figure out which round, if this is the bottom
This is
of
the third round.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
This is it. This is all the money.
He's maintaining well, but still attacking. Larmey's tough. Stacking. He's not out of it yet. He can definitely get broken off still. And he's out. But I think Kwan got enough riding time to take it.
Yeah. Yep. By just a few seconds. Great performance. And that's another one of the things I love about the EBI rules. Thanks to Eddie Bravo, there's no ties.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to have a winner, you're going to have a loser every match.
Yeah.
Tallying up the seconds, the ride time, the escape time.
It's close, but Kwan definitely, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. And I think Kwan is going to be our first person to make it to the semifinals. Sorry if I'm giving out the information too early. Let's take it to Kevin Keeney for our official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of quarterfinal match number 1 in the brown belt tournament, due to escaping in the least amount of time in overtime, out of the red corner, Matt Kwan.
great performance by Matt Kwan, getting his escape, and he doesn't look too worn out because he's got a couple more matches.